Hello again, YouTube. My name is Bree, and in today's video, I am starting a new sketchbook, once again made for me by my friend Spofgh, and it's gorgeous. I'm very excited. The cover with the blue paper with the silvery stars and the binding, the spine being that holographic silver, it's just gorgeous to look at. I'm so excited. And yeah, lots of cool papers to try. Some I've used before and some that are new. So real quick, the papers I've used before are the Bockingford tinted watercolor paper. I'm starting with the green, which is a very neutral green, a grayish green, but a green nonetheless. And then there's the blue and the gray. The new papers to me that are in this are the Bockingford rough texture paper. Their cold press isn't super textured anyway, so I know their rough doesn't compare to like Arches, which I've never used, but I've been wanting to try a more textured paper just to kind of see what it's like, get some cool dry brushing effects. So that one's new, plus the black watercolor paper and the Paul Rubens shimmer watercolor paper. Lots to try. Very excited about all that. A little nervous about the ones that might be a little bit more gotta use gouache, like the black paper. So we'll see what I come up with. But for this one, I just wanted to start with the first page in the sketchbook because that's my favorite place to start, the most obvious place. But when you have different papers, you could always start anywhere in the sketchbook. I just like starting at the beginning. And for this, I knew I wanted to do a scene. I knew I wanted a forest scene. This kind of goes back to the last Spofgh book I had where on one of the green pages I did like the girl with the forest hoodie, and I knew I wanted to do at some point an actual scene in a forest, so why not start with it? I definitely kept it simplified. I had a reference image for like some trees in the forest that had pretty simple lighting, and I kind of went with the same thing without too many greens in the background. I apologize. This clip, I like fidget with it for a bit. It doesn't work. I just take it off. I don't know. But luckily the Bockingford tinted watercolor paper doesn't warp too much as you work with it, so I didn't really need it. It was fine. But I regret all the time I tried putting this clip on it. What didn't work was that washi tape. It definitely peeled on me a little bit, and I didn't have my perfect crisp edges, but that's okay. So this scene is just, it wasn't meant to be anything too complicated. I did want to do a full scene with a background, which is more than I normally do, but I also didn't want to overly challenge myself to the point where it became overwhelming. So I think I struck a good balance here, and I'm pretty happy with this one. Good way to start a sketchbook, a little different for me, and just a good mood to set. So the paints I'm using are the Roman Szmal paints that I unboxed and used for the first time in the prior video. The first 4 Roman Szmal paints I had were also a gift from my friend Spofgh, so those were actually from last year, but I had just gotten the other 8 that makes this a full palette, and I'm really, really loving it. And at the same time, I also got the Tintoretto brushes I'm using in this video, and once again, absolutely loving those. And since then, I got this water bowl, which is actually from A Gallo. I ordered it along with my last 2 half pans to fill my palette. I don't know why in the prior video I said I got Indian Throne blue, but the reality of it is when I looked at what I had, I said I had enough blues and decided to go for quinacridone chestnut instead. I was a little surprised when I opened it, and then I remembered the whole thought process I had, and then felt stupid for having said the completely wrong thing in my prior video, so whoops. But that's okay. The colors are gorgeous. I'm very excited about it, and I'm very excited about this little water bowl because I no longer, especially when it's this color, look at the little glass jar and mix it up with Mountain Dew. So it's better. It's much better. Also, I've been a little clumsy lately, so it's really easy for me to knock over a water cup, whereas a bowl is a little bit more stable, lower center of gravity. Much better. So since the last video, I started what I'm going to say is a 50 heads challenge, a 50 portrait challenge for non-white people. I've mentioned this in prior videos, but in short, one of my goals for this year, and the first one I want to start with on the art side of things, is to practice painting people who aren't white, because I fall into that comfort zone entirely too much, and I owe it to myself and to the people who look at my art a bit more diversity. So this painting today is entirely comfort zone and is completely separate from that goal. I just needed something that I could just turn off and paint without really being reliant on references, and just play and have fun and not stress. But in general, I am definitely working to paint more diverse people, and I've only done 3 so far. Actually, that was going to be my video this week. I was going to do 2 of those as a study with me and share the reference photo, so if you'd like to paint it, you could do it too. What I forgot to do was clear off my camera, the memory card, so I didn't notice it stopped filming 5 minutes in, and I didn't have footage. So luckily, I had enough motivation to start something new, and I created this. So this, like, really, for what it is, having like a bit of a background, and I know it's a super simple background, it really only took 2.5 hours. It really was low stress for me. So this was a good piece. I had a really rough week. I know I'm constantly saying that, but I'm just happy I was still motivated to paint, and yeah, I had fun with this. I really did. I am very tired, but I still had fun with it. In short, I worked really, really long, hard hours, including an all-nighter, which I'm getting way too old to do. No one wants to be in a position to have to work an all-nighter anyway. But yeah, it was a very stressful week, and it doesn't look like things are going to get any easier in the immediate future. Like, they don't want us working those hours anymore, but the expectations and the demands are still really high. So it's going to be a stressful few weeks, and then hopefully a bit of a major break after that. So crunch is a real thing in software. It does not just apply to video games, though that's where you hear about it the most. It's very demanding. So yeah, just gotta survive all that. But anyway, way off topic. But I am working on those portrait practice pieces, and I've been using these Roman Szmal paints for them and these brushes, and I have to say, after using them a bit more, I'm just in love with both the brushes and the paints. I'm having a great time with them. I'm also using the Roman Szmal paints in my 5-year Hobonichi, where I do a little doodle every day, just something to kind of have as a memory for the day, but also just to practice sketching every day. And I love the paints. They're so vibrant. They're beautiful. Like, the only one that's not super saturated is that quinacridone cherry magenta, cherry red. I don't know why I cannot remember the name of my cool red in this one, but it still works really well within a painting, so I'm very happy with it. As for this painting, I used almost every one of my 12 pans. I really just wanted to try to, it's more paint than you need in a single piece. Generally, I try to maintain a smaller palette, but I really wanted to try to at least incorporate everything in here in this painting just once, just to use the full palette and verify I can keep some sort of like color harmony if I use it all. And actually, I think it worked out pretty well. I mean, some I've used very little, but it was fun to give it a go. It's benefit of having a small palette is you could do that without being really over the top. But yeah, not anything you have to do. Use as many or as few paints as you want in a painting. This, oh man, I'm going completely blank already. But yeah, this was just a really low-key, fun piece for me. I really enjoyed painting it. It's nothing too detailed, nothing too complicated, and there are some things I admittedly painted off camera, so I do apologize about the little final details you miss at the end, essentially just with how small the face is, and I'm a little shaky from a lot of housework and stuff. The motor control, I just couldn't paint the face well while filming, so I had to do the last final edits off camera where I could be like on top of the sketchbook where I would have absolutely been blocking it. I know I could do a different arrangement with the camera and the desk and make something work, but all of that's just a lot more effort to move things around to figure out how to film that. So one of these days I'll get there, but today was not the day. Otherwise, there's not much to talk about. Obviously, I'm really tired. I've been saying that a million times lately, so no point bringing it up in every video, but I'm just happy to be motivated to paint. I'm looking forward to getting back to my studies and seeing what I come up with next. I'm really enjoying those so far, and I'm really looking forward to painting more in this sketchbook and seeing what I come up with. Excuse me. And that was a cough. I don't know why my coughs sound like sneezes, but yeah. I don't want to set any expectations for myself for this sketchbook, but I would like to paint more like simple scenes, little illustrations like this, just little tiny things to really fill a page more, especially as I'm painting just portraits in my other sketchbook as I practice. So we'll see. I don't want to say everything in this sketchbook will be a scene because that's just going to put too much pressure on me later, but we'll mix it up, see how it goes. So far, one down, lots of pages to go, but no pressure. It's a sketchbook. At the end of the day, can't have sketchbooks be something that gives you more pressure because they're meant for play. I hear Juno in the distance. She wants me to go to bed. But otherwise, I just don't have too much going on. My life has been overly consumed by so many things lately, and I'm just looking forward to doing a lot more painting and hopefully playing video games again and getting back to some sense of normalcy. Like I said, I have all these little projects I want to do, and that's both painting and otherwise, so we'll see how things go. I don't really know what the next couple weeks will bring. I hope I could do another video because I like to post every other week, and maybe that'll be my like study with me where I do some of my portrait studies and I could share references, and if you'd like to give them a go, that would be awesome. And if not, that's cool too. But we'll see, one day at a time. If I don't have a video in a couple weeks, it's just I've been too busy with other things. But otherwise, yeah, this was a lot of fun for me, and just a little elf girl in a tree. I know she's pretty androgynous, but she was meant to be a girl. I just really wanted to do something kind of soothing with the forest theme again, like the hoodie piece that was just kind of like taking a breath in, and just being in the moment. I kind of wanted this to be the same thing. I don't know if I succeeded, but I think there is a bit of serenity here, and it's just, I know I used to paint like really stressed out people when I was stressed out, and I don't know, maybe if I paint happier people who are just living in the moment and appreciating things a bit more, maybe that can help my mood too. That's yet to be seen. But in any case, it doesn't hurt to mix things up and try different things. So, who knows? Venting pieces help too. In any case, I really need a vacation, and I want to go to the mountains and be in forest and appreciate nature, even though I alternatively love and hate nature. Like, mountains, gorgeous, spiders, terrifying. So, it all depends on what I encounter. But I definitely need time off when this is all done, so we'll see. In any case, I really don't have much else to talk about. Normally, I'd fill excess time talking about what's going on, what I'm reading, and I have not been reading much lately. I need to get back to reading. I need to get back to video games. I still haven't beat God of War. My library book is about to be taken away from me. Hey, bud. I haven't even gotten to your clip yet. I think she's just in time for her own clip. But, yeah. Hi, bud. She's going to star in every video from now on, she has decided. But like I said, not much else to talk about, not much else going on. Hopefully I'll have more to say, more exciting things, new adventures coming soon, and I will be less boring. Otherwise, I know I have some, I've already shown off that I have new Aigallo paints, so I'd like to do something with those again soon on this channel. I'd also like to try some colored pencil things now they have these crayons. Yeah, that's you. This is your scene. I am petting her. She's not being neglected. She's just a little attention seeking lately. Wow, that I didn't notice how vibrant, bright that looks in this shot. But yeah. So I have a few things I want to try. A lot of things I want to try. So hopefully I can share some new experiments and things with you soon. Otherwise, I'm just going to leave this with the little paint peel and cleanup. And yeah, hope you're all doing well, taking care of yourselves, working far fewer hours than me. That'll be over soon, I promise. They don't want us working crazy hours, so yeah, at least there's that. High expectations, but don't overdo it. But yeah, I am going to go get some rest now, turn in for the night, and take the rest of the weekend to recover. So take care. Hope to see you in a future video. And yeah, see you soon. Bye.